Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome. I'm going to do something a little different in this video today. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to keep up with all the different kind of content I do, but that was my goal. I had an original channel and it was going really good, pretty good. But it was like I was boxed into this one genre. So I thought, well, can always make another channel. So yeah, here I am, Crown House Inc. Uh, you can subscribe, hit the bell. You'll get all the notifications when I drop. I do a lot of blogs, and it's just all kinds of stuff over here. Right now, you might hear some music in the background, but I'm going to tell you, you guys, you have to go do this. The song is Quaco the Traveler, and it's by Black Sheriff. The Black Sheriff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This song, like, there's just something about it. It's I think it's going to go huge. It's going to be like world round because the whole vibe, everything is so deep. It hits you at your soul, and like your soul literally has a reaction. So I highly suggest you go check his video out. Amazing, absolutely amazing. All right, yeah, like I'm just getting distracted hearing it in the background, but I love it. It's so good. All right, so you guys didn't come here for a song reaction. My bad, my bad. Um, but here, let me pause this because if not, like, yeah, I'm just gonna be all into that. All right, so this idea that I wanted to do, I've been wanting to do this for a while because I've been getting into really heavy, kind of steamy conversations with people. And, it all kind of started around drill rap, in the younger generations and so on. And it's like, I can see the point of view from being over here, and I can see a point of view from being a 44-year-old adult because that's what I am. And but also, when I was a kid, when I was younger, like me and my brothers and our friends, we were called hellions. Like that's what our parents are like the older people, they just referred to us as little hellions because we were always into some stuff. We did a lot of things we probably shouldn't have. But, over time, I think like the natural order of things, like over time, you're meant to look back on those mistakes or those, I don't even want to say mistakes. A lot of times I was having fun. But you need to look back and reflect on that, especially if, you hurt someone or cause damage or damage to yourself, hurt yourself. So instead of debating about it all the time, and, I hear a lot of people in my age range, my age group, are quick to, just down talk and say, oh, well, these newer generations and, they're lazy or this or they don't want to do that and they're so full of hate and they have no empathy, no emotions. Well, first of all, I don't think some speak for all. And, we could sit here all day and be like, it was because of this. I'm guilty of that too because I used to sit around and blame it on the school system. Like for real. I used to sit around and be like, if it wasn't for the school telling all these kids that we can't whip them, but seriously, I feel like a lot of parents kind of got spooked a little bit when a lot of these schools started putting these kind of counseling our kids and stuff and drilling it in their heads and telling them, well, your parents shouldn't be putting their hands on you and they should be using time out and all of these softer disciplines. But they went too far with it because then a lot of parents, a lot, for a little bit at least, maybe a long time, I don't know, but me anyway, I was a little shook. Like, should I whoop them? Are they going to go to the school and tell? Are they, and I've had my kids do some crazy things. And they admitted, because I got two groups of kids. I have an older set of kids, and then there's like 7 years between the baby of that group. And then for some reason, I decided to have more kids. So I have 4 older kids and I have 3 younger kids. And there's a lot of differences, a lot of differences. So, I mean, I have all genres. I have all kind of age groups under my roof. I got my mom, and then I got me, and then I got, my kids, which are all different kinds of ages. And I do see the differences. I really do. I see the proof in my kids. And the younger group, they haven't really been saturated in the school system yet. So I'm trying to kind of learn from my previous mistakes of, letting the school system kind of spook me out of being able to discipline my children the way, is natural and is the way it should be. And I think a lot of people are coming back to that, we can't all win a ribbon just because. And if you screw up, you just might get your ass whooped with a belt by your mom or your dad or your grandpa or granny. I mean, it's the natural order of things. By no means, do not beat on your children. Don't neglect your children. No, no, no. And maybe while we're at it, teach the kids the difference between that. The difference between being disciplined because you was going down the wrong path, you really, really messed up on that one, and abuse, someone who gets beaten and neglected and abused. But yeah, I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I really didn't mean to go down those roads. But what we're gonna do is kind of play a little game, and you guys can chime in. You can put your favorite, you can put your comments, whatever you want to say. Actually, I want you to go down and put whatever you want to say in the comments. I absolutely love comments. But I think I'm going to start with a certain decade. Like, what's your favorite decade? Even if you lived it or not. You might be 15 listening right now, but you're really drawn to the 1920s or, whatever it is. So if you have a favorite decade, throw it in the comments down below. I was going to do this live, so I'm going to kind of see if, how the comments go and so on. And if it goes good, then yeah, I invite you guys back and we'll do a live session of this. But we're going to address some of our favorite things or some of the best things that came out of those decades. Now stay with me here, because the idea of this is, we can't keep everything. We're not in the 90s anymore. No matter how great we thought it was, and we're so better than them, we would have handled it different. We got to get out of that mindset. But what we need to do is go into each decade and kind of figure out what really, really worked. The things that came out of those decades that have longevity. They just make sense. They make the world go round, and they make it just a better place and having a better time, and it just works. And then you take all of those things from those decades and then combine them together. Make that kind of the status quo or whatnot. Because I like to think that hate doesn't really work out that well in any decade. And I see a lot of kind of hate, vibing kind of energy coming out. And that's not good. Release is great. Releasing built up toxins and, just pent up, frustrations but trauma and hate and just pure hatred and evil is not good for anyone. So I'm just trying to come up with fun, creative ways that everyone kind of starts to see that no matter how good you are at hating, it doesn't win in the end. It just doesn't work out. Not even for the person who's dishing out the hate. Hate is hate, and it's ugly. No matter how you wrap it up, or you talk about it, or you display it, hate is ugly. It's just ugly. So, yeah, let's go. Sorry, I just kind of got out of breath there for a minute. I am going to take some of this beverage. All right, so I say, let's start. We're going to go on YouTube. Let's start with 1920. Or you think that's too far back? We'll see what pops up for 1920. Best things. I probably worded that kind of goofy, but how people in the Roaring 20s spent their free time. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, we might end up going back to that one. Slang of the 1920s. That might be interesting, but not that interesting. The Roaring 20s explained in 11 minutes. The century. America's time. Boom to bust. So from 1920 to 1929, it was like booming, and then it busted. I think that's around the time of like the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression and things. So maybe I didn't pick a good decade to start with. I'm going to come back to that first video, but maybe let me see what Google says. Best things that came out of the 1920s. Okay. 41 ingeniously smart inventions of the 1920s. You should know. Okay, so we're going to go by this list, and we might end up doing it with everyone, but I do want to show kind of some footage of that actual time period. But I'm going to go ahead and make my list, and I'm just going to kind of pick the best 5. What, in my opinion, the best 5 were. You know, because that's the goal here. We're building our own personal list. And then at the end, we're going to combine all the things we like, and we're going to make us a super decade. A super decade where we just put together all the things that work and make sense and see where that goes. You know, I mean, doesn't that just sound great? You know what I mean? And like even bringing things from the future, these future concepts, and they might just be in the thought process right now, and we don't really know how they're really going to affect people, but just for giggles, you know what I'm saying? And bring in like lightsabers or, you know, whatever it is. But all right, so I'm going to start my list. Go ahead and start your list too. We're going to do 1920s. The Roaring 20s. So on this list so far, it says Eskimo Pie, Jungle Gym. Okay, my kids have a jungle. All right. Radio and TV transmission. Well, off the rip, I'm going to put that. Because obviously, I mean, yeah. So, radio and TV started up in the 1920s. Traffic lights, Band-Aids. Let's click on this. Oh, man. Okay, I don't. Oh, no. Okay, Eskimo Pie. Yeah, and on this site, Science Struck, they have, you know, every option in the list and a couple paragraphs all about it. TV, traffic lights, Band-Aid. Awesome invention. I might put that on there too. Hair dryer. Oh my goodness. I wonder wonder if they got it. I wonder if this is photos. Because I ain't gonna lie. They won't let you get to it. I think that would be kind of scary. You know, being one of the first people to use the first ever hair dryers. Oh, yeah. I bet there were some fatalities on that one. Headrest. Clever idea. See, and we still got hair dryers and headrests, so they work. Lie detector? You mean to tell me they had a freaking lie detector test in 1921? And they let all them people lie. Oh my gosh. I think that's a lie. I think they're lying about the lie detector. Flow process chart. Okay. Convertible. Water skiing. I don't believe that. I don't think that just came out in 1922. I think people was just doing that everywhere, but they didn't know what to call it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The 1922 did not invent water skiing. Radial arm saw. All right. Odometer. So that's your odometer on your car. Bulldozer. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was, yeah. Instant camera. Okay, I'm going to write that one down. That's a good one. You know, because I don't think any of us would really be where we are today without the camera concept. So, yeah. Instant. You know, but that's like one of them, I don't know, good or bad. It could be used for good or evil. You see how you could use anything for good or evil? You know what I mean? Not just a gun, but a camera. It could be used for good. It could be used for bad too. All right, let's keep going. Locking pliers. That's a good one. Everybody needs a good set of locking pliers. Cheeseburger. Oh, man. I mean, I love cheeseburgers and they taste so good, but they're not really healthy. But, man, that would just be a nasty future with no cheeseburger. Like, you can't, like, you're taxiing around the moon and you're getting ready to head over by Jupiter, but you can't find, you're so hungry, but you just can't find a good, nice, juicy, good tasting hamburger anywhere. Cheeseburger. I don't know. That would suck. Earth inductor compass. I don't know what that is. Let's see what that is. Earth inductor compass. Does anybody know what an earth inductor compass is? Why will it not let me click on this? I want to see an earth inductor compass. Okay, let's do this. Earth inductor. Oh, there it is. Let's go to images. Oh, okay. So that's like the things that go on the planes. Okay. Compass. All right. I see. First I was like, what is a plane? So the earth inductor compass, or simply induction compass, is a compass that determines directions using the principle of electromagnetic induction with the earth's magnetic field acting as the induction field for an electric generator. Oh, okay. So you do learn something new every day. Okay. Oh, it booted me. No, there it is. All right. I'm gonna put that one on my list for right now because that's very important. especially where we're going on into the future. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I might erase that one, but I don't know. I'm gonna put it on my list for now. Earth inductor compass. All right. Gas chamber. Moviola? Moviola. Is that like a coffee? I don't know. For some reason, I picture it's like a coffee or a face cream. You know, either way, Moviola. Now I'm gonna have to look this one up. Does anybody watching know what Moviola is? Wait, what is that? What is it? Let's check. Movie. I better write it down. Moviola. It's kind of catchy though. Moviola. 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 A Moviola machine? What? Oh, it's for film. It is film for the old cameras. A Moviola. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. Moviola is a device that allows a film editor to view a film while editing. It was the first machine for motion picture editing when it was invented by Iwan Serra. Yeah. Oh, should I put that? I don't know. Because I feel like other stuff could still be invented, but I don't know. All right, I'm going to keep that one for now. But like I said, yeah, we can change our list if we want to. All right, let's put it up here. Oh, like Moviola. Oh. Moviola. All right. All right, let's go back. Back. Radio altimeter. Again, I don't know what that is, so let's check. Radio. Radioactive. Radio altimeter. Another compass looking thing. Let me scroll up here. I might be blocking it with my box. A radar. Oh, was I saying it wrong? No. A radar altimeter. RA, like raw. Also called a radio altimeter. RALT. You got raw or RALT. Electronic altimeter, reflection altimeter, or low range radio altimeter. LLRA. Measures altitude above the terrain presently beneath what? Beneath an aircraft or spacecraft by timing how long it takes a beam of radio waves to travel to ground. Reflect and return to the craft. This type of altimeter provides the distance between the antenna and the ground directly below it, in contrast to a barometric altimeter, which provides the distance above a defined vertical datum, usually mean sea level. That's interesting. So if they had that back then they were already had spacecraft and aircraft and such. Huh. Kind of makes you think. Were they already going into space and they just didn't say anything? I don't know. Dang, that's a good one too. But I'm not going to put that one on my list. You can if you want to, but I'm not going to. All right, back to our list. And in this one, we're probably going to get just through the 20s. So if you want to get to the 30s, and I mean, maybe I can go a little faster the next one and I'll come up with something else because I don't want to keep you guys too long. But I don't know. We might get to another decade. Just hang tight. Masking tape. Yes. My daughter has like a fetish with tape. Like, I don't want to buy tape for $10. Tilt-a-whirl. Yes, that's a good one. That's my favorite ride. I love the Tilt-a-whirl. Power steering. That's a good one too. My car just ran out of power steering fluid. I was so upset. It hurts so bad. Like, you got to have really strong muscles. But we need that. We need power steering. But if we go in the future and we don't really have those kind of cars, then, yeah. The drive-through. That's a good one. Liquid fueled rocket. We need that one. I'm going to put that one on my list. Now that'll be my 5. That was 1926. Okay. Pop-up toaster. Oh, it's a good one. Jukebox. But see, we already superseded the jukebox. You know what I mean? It's been outdone. So it's like, we got to think about the longevity too. We've already transitioned, the radio, MTV, the TV, cassette tapes. We got to go back to 8 tracks. We got to go back to records and then come all the way, so we've already transitioned and evolved. So the longevity of that is, garbage disposal is still going. Everybody got a garbage disposal. Pressure washer. Recliner. Come on. I don't know anybody that don't want a recliner. It's an ice cube tray. You mean to tell me nobody before 1928? Bubble gum. Okay. Bow tie. Electric razor. Negative pressure ventilator. I wonder. Yeah, iron lung. Yep, that's the iron lung. But yeah, we've already evolved and transcended beyond. But ain't that something? Could you imagine? I could not even imagine. For those of you that don't know, let's pull up the iron lung. Could you just imagine, though, having to live your life like that? But I mean, at the same time, be so grateful and thankful because, you couldn't breathe. And then now you can breathe. But it's like, come on. How crazy of an invention was that? Iron lung. Yep, there it is right there. Let's get the image. Yes, boys and girls, look at this. This was an iron lung. But what I don't understand though, I'm gonna have to do some more research on the iron lung, because it never made sense to me. Because you think lung, breathing, breath, but their head would always be sticking out of the thing. So it's like, are they breathing through their belly button, or like what's the concept here? That always confused me, And then you would see, like in the movies, like in Cry Baby, And when his parents had to come, or I don't even know who that was. Not his parents, but it was the one, his friend, and came and his mama was in the iron lungs smoking, chain smoking. But you saw other footage and other things that people, they would do that. So yeah, how crazy of an invention. All right. Negative pressure ventilator. Penicillin. Yes. I know we're kind of having issues with that right now, but I feel like we will evolve with that and figure, like, and penicillin will evolve and start becoming even more effective. Might be different derivatives and things added, but it's the same concept, the same family. So I'm going to put penicillin, instant camera, earth inductor compass. I'm going to remove liquid fueled rocket. I know that sounds crazy now, but bear with me. Because I think we're going to have like hovercraft and stuff like that. So we're going to put the penicillin on here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I got my 5 so far. Frozen food. Tampon. Okay. I did not know that the tampon was invented in 1929. You'll learn something new every day. Sunglasses. Yes. And I think, is that the end? Okay, that is the end. Oh, let me make sure. Oh, no. Previous post, next post. Let's make sure really quick. Okay, that's about hurricanes. All right. So that was a list of 41 things that came out of the 1920s. I chose my 5. I'm going to take a little break and we'll see, if we got time, maybe we can get through another decade. If not, make sure you guys subscribe. Leave your thoughts in your comments down below. What were the things that you can't go without on your list? The things that you think will make it to the end of time, or should be carried through all the ages and implemented. And I may even do a part 2 to this, because I feel like that was just like the surface stuff, like the duh kind of stuff. But I want to know like the other juicy stuff too that came out of the 20s, like that. Let's go back to the video. Yes, I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back. It's going to be like not even a second for you guys. And we're going to check out that video. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, so we're gonna skim through this video really quick. I did already watch it. It just basically has a lot to do with the list that we went through. But yeah, let's get our visuals.
American drinkers. That was the day the 18th Amendment went into effect, banning the sale, transportation, and consumption of alcohol in the United States. For the next 13 years, Prohibition sent the entire process underground. Plenty of bootlegging operations and speakeasies popped up almost overnight to bring the sweet, sweet alcohol to the people. Sure, you couldn't exactly walk into one of these establishments. These operations could be as small as a bathtub moonshine affair, or as big as an international bootleg. Whiskey or beer lurked through the shadows to find the speakeasies. These illegal the trend of flagpole sitting. The idea came to him when he managed to stay on top of a narrow beam for more than 13 hours after a friend dared him to do it. Things were pretty boring in those days, apparently. After successfully completing the dare, Kelly realized he had a special talent for this sort of thing. Automobile sales soared during the 1920s. In 1921, the Federal Highway Act led to new road construction, making it easier for folks to get around. That's when leisurely driving became a popular pastime. From camping to cruising, going on a road trip and exploring the town became fashionable for millions.
All came to fruition around the same time. How brilliant. Maybe they took the opioids and felt brave to get in the car.
First season as a hitter, but another sport also caught public imagination.
Let's
boxing.
back this up a little bit.
Much like today,
so sorry.
Until the 1920s. Known as the golden era of sports, Americans found a delightful escape in sports like baseball and boxing. Baseball was the subject of controversy and scandal throughout the previous decade. Homes were using them to connect with the outside world. While they were great for news, radio also brought sports, art, and entertainment to the masses. Much like streaming and the internet make up our entertainment options today, radio served the same purpose back then. In the 1920s, checking out the latest flick at the cinema was an event. Cinema became an exciting, captivating form of entertainment that would later become get it? Trailers. Eventually, publication to keep readers updated on current events. Better yet, Time was designed to only take about an hour. Of course, these dance contests lasted weeks or months, generating considerable controversy. Many cities ended up banning for creating the flapper movement. Characterized by short hair, flashy gowns, and red lipstick, flappers were the fashionistas of their day. In an ugly article published in 1920, the Atlantic Monthly defined flappers as women who trot like foxes, limp like lame ducks, one step like cripples, and all to the barbaric yawp of strange instruments which transform the whole scene into a moving picture of a fancy ball in Bedlam. The Atlantic Monthly's description did nothing to stop the movement. The flapper style was pretty popular until hobby. Yeah, riveting. Inspired by the free-form nature of jazz and flapper culture, kids went wild and crazy with the wordplay. Are you a blue nose or someone who puts a damper on the mood or festivities? Do you like sinkers, also known as donuts? Do you know your onions when it comes to 1920 slang? Parties. It all started with the popular tile game Mahjong. In 1922, Joseph B. Babcock imported the game and began selling simplified versions of it to the masses. A 4-player game with unique iconography and imagery requires skill and strategy to win. It was definitely an international hit, spawning countless imitators over the years. But Mahjong wasn't the only party game being played at the time. Kids in the Roaring '20s loved their Ouija boards, essentially a parlor game. The first Ouija boards appeared around 1890. In 1901, game manufacturer William Fuld began producing them, seeing an increase in sales and popularity that grew with the rising public interest in the occult and spiritualism. People took the Ouija board to task.
I'm going to stop that video there. So again, you learn something new every day, and I'm learning that the obsession with the occult and the metaphysical realm has been going on for a long time. So maybe, you know, it's nothing new that we're seeing this big interest and rise in it again. But that being said, I'm not going to put that on my list, but I have made my list of 5 with an extra bonus thing on there to keep. So yeah, you guys come back and join me for the next video, and we're going to see what is so great about the 30s. What came out of the 30s that has longevity? And, you know, one more video closer to our whole list of how our next decade will look. Our next perfect decade. You know, so what my grandchildren. So everything that my grandchildren would use and utilize and maybe say, and how they would act and how they would dance and so on. And it just would be a perfect generation. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours. And I'll see you in the 30s. Bye-bye.